Well, Minister, I've had several questions and queries about when the Mother and Baby Scheme will be open for applications, because the long-awaited redress scheme for survivors of mother and baby homes, as you know, Minister, was signed into law in July. Now, I can honestly say, like yourself, Minister, the survivors that have contacted me, they're not getting any younger. They deserve and they need the scheme up and running as soon as possible. Now, I am aware that since July the Department has been working on the structures to deliver the scheme. While many of us have understood a number of months, you need to get the scheme up and running and it needs to be operational. But we're going into 2024, 34,000 people, survivors. Minister, it needs to be up and running. And I ask you now, can you get us a timescale as soon as possible? Thank you. Thank you, Oireachtas.
Thanks, Deputy Canny. Again, the action plan of that the government brought forward in response to the Commission's report is directed at all survivors, irrespective of the time that they spent in an institution. And there are various elements to that action plan. The institutional payment scheme is one element. It's an important element, but it's not the sole element in terms of the government's response. And I've outlined in my earlier question to you the universal elements of the action plan. Deputy Murnane-O'Connor, look, I agree and I understand the concern among survivors in terms of being able to make their application, and we've designed the legislation so some of the older or some of those survivors who are ill will be able to be prioritised. We've put in place, this is going to be a big scheme, 34,000 people will be applying. We know that when the birth information system was set up within TUSLA and AAI, we didn't have enough infrastructure in from day one, and that caused delays. We want to avoid that in this situation, which is why we've been bringing on staff, updating the necessary IT infrastructure, but also, and again, coming on from the recommendations of the committee you and Deputy Funchin sat on, making sure there's trauma-informed training for the staff, realising the very difficult situations that many of the people who will be applying to this scheme underwent in these institutions. Quarter one of next year, we hope to have the scheme open for applications.